We're live now.
So fuck this computer. Piece of shit.
Hello and welcome to Complainers Club, episode 38, The Free Show. I'm your host, Perry.
And your co-host Eli.
Yeah, we're a little late because Eli had an issue.
Yeah, this fucking mic sucks. Well, not this mic, but this laptop. Fucking piece of shit. It's about time. I'm already in the process of upgrading it, so once I get my money from my investments and stuff back, I will be getting a new laptop.
Yeah, we were gonna go live like 10 minutes ago, but he started having static, and I was like, man, what's going on? So I was like, reboot your computer, and it got worse.
Yeah.
And I was like, plug it in a different port, and he plugged it in, and he's fine now. So, yeah, there you go. Richard is in the chat room. How you doing, Richard? So this is a free show. We're gonna do one free show a month for Complainers Club. And if you're a sponsor on Patreon, you will get the show every other week, private, your own, unlisted. But we're public.
Yep.
Tonight we just want people to check us out and see what we're all about here. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, so what have you been doing? How the hell you doing, Eli?
Well, apart from technological issues that, well, I guess yesterday I kind of overcame some of them. I finally freaking got to stream live on my channel yesterday.
Yeah, I saw some of that. And apparently,
Yeah.
after I left, you had problems with Richard and Frank.
Yeah, I had no idea they left comments. I was looking at the chat room and looking back and forth and stuff, and I guess it didn't update,
Oh,
so I left the room.
Frank said you big leagued them.
Yeah, I didn't even see him come in, like at all, until like I left the chat, and then I came back in the chat and I saw like all their comments, and my mom came in the room at some point as well. So I was like, "Oh shit, when did all you get here?" But yeah,
Maybe it's that
the technical
computer.
difficulties. The technical difficulties never stop here. Well, I was looking at it on my phone, the chat.
Oh, okay.
So I had the chat on my phone, and it wasn't updated, so I have no idea. But whatever.
Oh, there's Frank. You gonna big league him again?
No. What's up, Frank?
They're both in the room, actually. You gonna big league both of those guys?
Said hi to Richard. Richard said I called him review games in the morning.
Did you really do that?
No, I was making a comment. I was like, "Oh, your channel's called Review Games at Night, but do you review games in the morning too?"
Obviously not, if it's only at night.
But yeah,
So, yeah, they're in the room. That's cool. Anyway, how the hell you doing, Eli?
yeah, you know, I'm going, living alive. They called me into work today at like 2 o'clock. They were like, "Oh, we need everybody here." I freaking got on my uniform like as fast as I could and ran out the door. And then by the time I got downstairs, I was like, "Oh, never mind. We don't need everybody here." I was like, "Well, what the hell?"
On your day off, too, right?
Yeah, we need everybody here. It's like, oh no, never mind.
Yeah, we were gonna do this show last night, but I was like, let me sleep for 2 hours. I set my alarm, got up, I looked at my phone, and I was like, yeah, we're not doing this tonight.
Yeah.
I couldn't stay awake. There was no way. So, besides that, what's up?
Zombies invade the WWF. I mean, dude, when I heard that yesterday, man, I was just like, I couldn't believe it. It's starting to make the whole like war games botch like look way better than fucking what WWE's doing. Like,
I don't even care anymore.
I can forgive the failed explosion and the fucking bogus freaking age spot after that. I'll never say another, unless AEW starts using zombies. I'll never say another bad thing about one of their matches again after that. that
I
zombie shit like takes a cake.
I don't know. I don't know why Backlash is called WrestleMania Backlash. So is that now a second WrestleMania? Is that the third WrestleMania this year? Is that night 3 of WrestleMania?
Right.
Like, who cares? Like, it is so, like, blown out of proportion. They only call it that because they want you to buy it.
Right.
Ooh, well, it's WrestleMania. Backlash. No, it's Backlash. Nobody cares about Backlash. Anyway, I don't watch that crap anymore, so whatever. I'm selling my games. And apparently I got people laughing at me because they don't know the value of games. And I had to go on a blocking spree.
Yeah.
Man, I'm posting all this stuff. I spent hours at the store trying to get the stuff ready. And you got people like, oh, I'm sorry. I posted something that was cheaper than what's been going on eBay. Sorry about that. But you don't know that because you don't know nothing about games.
Right.
I hate that. I'm in the industry. I'm in the business, okay? And then you got people that they don't get it. And then they go and they try to make it look stupid. It's like, dude, the only guy looking stupid is you, and now you're blocked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to sell that machine and make some money. So, this happened once before. Because we had Mario Kart for $48.99. Okay? And we had some local guy go on there and be like, what are you, crazy? You can't sell this game for $50. No one's going to buy it, with all the laugh emoji icons. Not only did I sell one of those, I sold 3 copies of them for $48.99. And, can I tell you something, Eli?
What's up?
The guy sent his mother to come in and pick the game up. She goes, do you have Mario Kart for N64? We said $48.99. She goes, they have, it's only $48.99. The kid goes, grab it. That's a steal. They go for $68 usually. You know why I knew how to charge $48.99? Because the knockoff, the reproduction cartridges, go for $38.99. So the knockoffs go for more money than the friggin' originals. The originals go between $50 and $80. So I said, gee, why don't I just be a little under 50?
Yeah.
And I sold 3 of them. No problem. Nobody came in the store and be like, how dare you sell for that? No. Only these clowns online. Because
Come to New York.
They don't know anything about it. They think, oh, it's Mario Kart. It's a 20-year-old game. It's $20. Like, no. That's not what it is. Like, you guys have no idea what's going on right now. Pokemon, the games are blowing up. I have people ask me every fucking day. They call me up. You have any Pokemon games? Black, gold, silver, platinum? No, we don't have them. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because they're shooting up in value. People want to grab them.
Exactly.
2 years ago, they were expensive, but they weren't this expensive. The pandemic now, everyone's home. Now that they're raising up all the value of these games. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I like, dude, come down to the city and fucking look at game stores and look at how they price their fucking games.
I don't even price them like that.
Like, you're paying $120 for fucking Mario Kart.
I sell Wrecking Crew for $8.99. Down the city, they've been selling that game for $39.99.
They've been selling Crash Bandicoot that goes for like what, $70 now or whatever it goes for. In the city, that game's been $40 for like the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and I sell that game for $29.99.
And now they've raised the price because, you know, all the Crash hype and everything, so it's even more money now.
I didn't even raise my prices on it. Like
when you I used to get lucky back in the day because there used to be a store and I used to go to in Brooklyn and they had really good prices. I bought Clock Tower 1 at the time when it was going for like 50, $60 for like $8 at this store.
I got Clock
You
Tower
know?
for like $18
Yeah.
from the Empire State Flea Market in
I
Portchester.
I bought Clock Tower, Street Fighter, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, or maybe it was Marvel vs. Street Fighter, and Silent Hill for like $25 at the same day.
Well,
And now all those games go for like freaking quadruple the amount of fucking money.
Fred, how you doing? Fred says
Hey,
it's
Fred.
amazing how big Pokemon still is now. It's in a Katy Perry music video. I wish I cared about Pokemon back in the day because I heard them cards are millions. Yeah, Target has stopped selling the cards because people are threatening each other in the stores.
People are fucking.
Target's going
It's
to
like
sell the
Black
cards
Friday.
online only.
Every Thursday, it's like Black Friday. People are there at 8 a.m. fucking
Hey.
waiting for these packs to come out.
There was a card that was worth $9,000 in one of those packs.
Yeah.
So it's like playing the lottery. I don't play with Pokemon cards. Mario was into that. Like, when eBay first started, we were on it in computer lab in high school. And he was trying to sell the holofoil Charizards on there. And he sold a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what made eBay. That and Beanie Babies back in the day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's crazy.
So yeah, I love how people tell me how to run my business by laughing at me. It's like,
Fuck and you.
I'm sorry, who's been in business for 5 years in about a month? Who? Right? New Day? Who?
Oh, it actually pointed to the right fucking side this time.
All I gotta say is this. I'm going by the prices. Okay? And I'm trying to be a little bit under. Now, you have to understand something.
What's funny is, too, the price you put it at is fucking less than what it does. Like, the price it's going for on eBay, but without, like, controllers, without the box, without shit.
I got a complete... It's the PlayStation 4 Black Ops console. It's orange and black. It's 1 terabyte. It's got the special controller. It's got the box. It's got everything in it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what am I asking for? I'm sorry, $369. So, this guy thought it was funny and put a laughing emoji. Well, he's been blocked. Well, guess what? I went right on there, right after I blocked this stupid idiot, and I saw the system without the box, with no controller, $380, sold, with $10 shipping.
Yeah.
Then I saw one with the same price, without the box. Then I see him a little bit higher than that, without the box. So what am I supposed to do?
Right.
And I don't think because of the chip shortage, and because you can't buy these friggin' consoles now, the base PlayStation 4s and the base Xboxes, they've shot up in price. Even GameStop. I was selling Xbox One X's, okay, for, what was it, $269? $329 at certain points? And GameStop always had them at $389. $379.
Mm-hmm.
And I always stay $10 or below.
Yeah.
Depending on the times and the situations. So now I'm charging the same price, incomplete, but complete. And people are acting fucking dumb about it. Like, guys, you don't know the business, you don't know the industry. The old consoles blew up now. If you have a PlayStation 4, doesn't matter what model you have. If you have an older Xbox One, doesn't matter what model you have, you're going to get a good deal because people can't find consoles and they want to play games right now. It's been like that the entire year. I sold 10 Xbox Ones. 10 of them. In the span of a couple of months. I sold all the collectible ones I have. You realize I have none left? They're all at the shop now. I have 3 left, and they're all at the shop.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over. I had 10. I had 13 consoles. Now I have 3 left. So yeah, you don't tell me how this works, right? Get out of here with that. I don't want to hear that. It's just like, man, I got my own problems, and you're gonna act dumb about this. This is business. Who cares? It's a console. You don't like the price? That's fine. Or if you think I understand. The guy probably thinks, well, the PS4, the PS5 is $399 digital. But at the same time, can you find a PS5 digital? And have you looked online? These old consoles, you realize, and I talked to Jeff about this the other day. He was looking for a PS5. I was like, listen, if you want to buy it on eBay from a scalper, you're kind of good because your base PS4 will sell for $250, $300 and offset the fucking scalper price. Or, if you're not in a rush, we can try to get you one when these things go up. We could try, as long as we got the fast hand or whatever. Then he could get it for retail and then offload the system and get $250, $300 back. And he's like, yeah, that sounds better. I don't need it right now. I can wait. I was like, all right, well, we'll try to get you one. But he won't even pay full price for a PS5 because the value of the PS4 shot all the way up now. Because you got the chip shortage. You're not going to get these consoles, like, they're not going to be in the stores. They're not going to be available. They said there's going to be a shortage until at least mid to late 2023. So, and that sucks because that now extends the gen. Yeah. Instead of a 5-year gen, we're going to get like an 8-year gen now out of these. And it's like, these consoles are good now, but what will they be like in another 4 years? You know?
It's going to be 3033 and we're just going to have Xbox Series X.
Oh, yeah, but then, you know, your grandmother's not going to be able to know which one to go buy.
Yeah, even though it's the only thing on the fucking market.
That's another stupid thing I have to worry about. I have to hear about. No, the Microsoft doesn't know how to name their console. No, you're just dumb. You're just dumb. Right.
Well, you go to the fucking dealership.
So wait. So for years, BMW had the X5, the X3, and I think they got the X7. Mm-hmm. Intel has the Core i3, Core i5, Core i7, Core i9. So wait, it's okay for them to do that, but Xbox does it. If PlayStation had the PlayStation 5 3, 5 5, 5 7, people would love it.
Oh yeah.
Toyota and Ford had to shut down production temporarily because of the chip shortage. Exactly. This is hitting everybody. And to be honest with you, consoles aren't on the priority. It's the cars. It's the appliances. It's these other things that are on the list, the priority list.
Computers, everything else. Like, consoles are going to take, like, the last, whatever's left.
And to be honest with you, and that guy's dumb anyway, the guy that did that left that emoji, because he doesn't know what's going on. But hopefully one day he will figure it out, because his stuff is going to be worth some money. And if he's just sitting on it, he's missing out.
Honestly. Sell everything right the fuck now, because this is like the
Sell
time.
Everything now. Like, Richard, when you get your PS5, I don't know if you still have your PS4, get rid of it. Because you're going to get $250 for it. You're going to get $200 for it. You're going to get $300 for it. You're going to get a good bargain for it. And that's going to offset the price that you paid for the PlayStation 5. I told Jeff the same thing, and he's like, all right, yeah, I'm down with it. And by the way, I looked that up the other day. Base PS4, original model, fat model. I saw them going for $280, $240, $260, $250. With a couple of games, I saw it go for $312.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I got rid of my PS4 2 years ago. Oh, there you go. That's some type of guy that's going to get a few bucks and walk into GameStop and ask for a PS5. Yeah, well, that guy asked me for a Series X back in November. Because I looked through the messages or whatever. But he's been, like, you know, a normal person, you know. checking out our stuff and leaving likes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then today he saw that and he just did that. And it's like, dude, you ruined the whole post. Because now no one's going to take that shit seriously.
Right.
So I blocked the guy and it didn't even remove the thing, so I had to repost the whole thing. But people think it's funny when they do that shit, but they don't realize they're fucking with your business. I gotta sell that thing. I gotta get it out of here. I don't have time to play games like that. I don't call up that guy's job and be like, hey, you know that guy's being a troll on the internet? Oh yeah, okay, we'll take care of him. And they call him in the office, hey, we heard you're acting stupid on the internet, we're gonna fire you.
That is what people do nowadays. But
I don't do that. I don't have time for that. Sorry. I got too many things going on. You can't even buy an Xbox One anymore. Oh, yeah, no, you talk to the people online. You know that.
yeah, they're not going to know what to buy, even though it's not on the market anymore.
Well, they can't buy anything now, whether it's either one or the other, because they don't have them in shops. So there you go. Anyway. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
I gotta reduce the zoom on this damn camera. It's zoomed all the way in because it's getting the green. Because if I zoom back out, you're gonna see the whole room. So it looks like I'm like 10 times bigger than everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. I wonder if those Burger King Pokemon toys are worth millions too. They're not worth millions, but they're worth something.
Yeah, they're probably going for
Probably
like
a couple
50,
$100
$60, $100 maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It was like
what?
it was like a year ago I was seeing them for like 50, $60. So yeah, they probably are in the hundreds by now.
Just to wrap that story up with a bow. Know what you're talking about before you do stupid things. Because, guys, what was I doing? You guys were in the chat with me earlier when I was live streaming. I was like, hey, what is this going for? Can you double check? And then when it didn't sound right to me, I went on the computer and I checked. And I was like, okay, this is what it looks like it's going to be. This guy was right. This guy was a little bit off. That's it. It's not a big deal. But we were doing that live.
I started doing it with my own shit. I was like, I got No Mercy sealed. I wonder how much it goes for now. I'll look up all the sold listings. There was only 3 sold listings, and they were all for like $300, $250, $289. And those are sales in like March. So nothing recent's come up. There's 2, I think, up live on eBay right now for like $500.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just like, I like this game, and I like the fact that I have a sealed game, but I only paid like $20 for it back in like 2012. So, like, maybe I should cash out.
Hey, I got Godzilla. That shot up to $300, and I paid $10 for it. Deal of the day at Best Buy.
Yeah.
It's sealed. It's mint. It's ready to go. Hey, Clock Tower on PlayStation. I've had that game since I was a kid. I got it at the flea market in Port Chester. I just held on to it, okay? Now, I got it for like under $20. I think it was $18 or something. Now you're telling me that game is selling for $220?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take the money. Had the game long enough.
All those Godzilla games are expensive. I think Godzilla Unleashed is like fucking almost $100 now.
I don't know about that, but...
That game was going for money for a while.
But yeah, I mean, I this stuff is going up. It's shooting up. Eli and I watch another dude that owns a video game store, which I've been in contact with every once in a while.
Yeah.
Even he said in his video, he's like, yo, prices are shooting up. And I can't keep up with it. He goes, I had to literally go through everything and reprice everything because of what's been going on lately. Everything's been going through the roof. Everything. I'm trying to clean my basement out. I'm trying to get rid of this stuff that I've had for years. And I'm finally doing it. I'm bringing this stuff to the shop. I sold it to the shop. I'm never going to see that money. when we close down, and whenever the hell we close down, I'm going to take that money for sure. Because I owe it to myself, but that could be in another 10 years. I'll never see that money. I don't know.
Have you thought about like getting because I know most game stores they have like rare games in like a separate case, kind of like a big display case.
I don't have room for that.
Yeah,
I could put it up behind me on the shelf, but I got new releases I got to put up there too.
right.
The problem is I have that damn
Vending machine. And
the soda machine over there. But you need the soda machine.
Right.
Because we sell more drinks and everything over the summer, so what are you gonna do? But yeah, if that wasn't there, that could have been an extra spot for something like that. I don't know. I don't even have the shelf space. I'm running out of stuff. That's why I'm trying to contact that other guy that we just talked about. Because the guy's saying I can't find anything. I have to buy lots of eBay, and I'm messaging him. I'm like, man, I got stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the video game market right now, like that. I've stopped collecting games because I can't find anything I want either.
Soda is a must, says Fred. Destroy All Monsters goes for $60, $70 now.
Jesus Christ!
I think I have it on Xbox.
I still have it. I might have gave it to one of my friends, so he's $60,
I might have it on
$70
GameCube
richer.
too. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't have enough space for this stuff. But I'm trying to fit it out, right?
Yeah.
The 50% off bin, I took the freaking 50% off tag off of it. I'm throwing all the overstock in there now. Because if somebody buys, like, I don't know, Uncharted off the wall, I got another copy of Uncharted in the bin. I'm going to stick it right back on the wall. You know, I don't have the room. What am I going to do? And then I got stuff I'm bringing from my place over there, and I really don't have room.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta make it work. Gotta figure it out. And that's what I've been doing, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
It's a crazy thing, the market right now, just for gaming and stuff in general. I mean, in other places you can find deals here and there, but I've found gaming like the last 3-4 years, it's really hard to find deals in places. Like, I haven't really bought any older games since like college, like type thing. Like, I could find deals like during that time and everything, but now it's like forget about it. Like finding stuff, you gotta like look around, you gotta dig and shop around because this stuff's drying up. Like stuff I used to see on the shelves all the time, I rarely see it nowadays. A lot of vintage stuff, PS2, PS1 era stuff. It's drying up.
So I just got a text from the other Frank. Not the Frank in the chat room.
Yeah.
He found his box of PS1 games. He's got Persona
Nice.
2 in there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and he just sent me eBay. Persona 2, 3 listings, sold. $599.97, $610, $600 used.
Those Persona games,
If
man.
I were to get that in the shop and then put that on there, people would be laughing. They'd be like, "What's wrong with you?" Yeah, well, the value went all the way up. Not my fault. Not my problem. What am I gonna do? Give it away? Oh, you know what? Why don't you just come here? I'll give it to you for $10. Then you could go scalp it on eBay and sell it and get $590 profit.
Right.
People are scalping friggin' hemorrhoid cream now. They're scalping everything they can.
Hemorrhoid cream.
They were scalping toilet paper a year ago.
Hand sanitizer.
$1. What was it? A roll of toilet paper? $1.25? $30 for one roll. What the fuck?
$200 for a half-used.
Everyone's fucking lazy. Nobody wants to work anymore. Okay. Like, I just don't get it. But when it comes to games, if games go up in price, whoa, what are you doing? No, it's the fucking market. It's not me. I'm not fucking sitting there saying, I'm going to make every game $90,000. I'm going to call every store and make sure they have my pricing. It doesn't
Right.
work like that. I got to follow the trends.
You see, like, it's not like you're charging like eBay prices exactly. Like, you're actually like underneath eBay prices and stuff like that. So you're not even
I try to be in the middle or below. Okay?
right.
If I can't be too much near the middle, I'm going to be $10 less. I'm going to be $20 less. I'm going to be as... You see, that system goes for more money without the damn box or the controller. I'm selling it for $20 less. With the box and the controller. And the guy's laughing at me on there. It's like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Why don't you do it?
Yeah.
I'll hand you the keys. How about you? You take the keys, right? Drop the keys right in your little hands. You go open the store. You try to run it.
And I will tell you from experience, logistics is a nightmare. Especially when you're dealing with multi-million-dollar parts and shit.
This is why I'm so happy that I'm still doing the appointment only. We started appointment only because of the pandemic. I think when the pandemic ends, I'm going to keep it appointment only. Because I had so many people come in, act dumb, ask me stupid questions. Carlos Cruz is here. I had a lady come in. You know this story. And for 2 hours, she's asking me, how do you make money? Why would anybody want to buy this stuff? I don't understand how anybody could spend $300 on a Nintendo Switch. Blah, 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 blah. And then at the end, she's just telling me, well, you know, my son really wants a Switch. And I'm like, you just got done telling me you think it's stupid anybody to pay $300 for a Switch, but then your son wants one. And by the way, I'm just like guessing her to death to try to get her to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And how much you make? It's like, what do you mean how much you make? Like, what? Who cares? You can go talk to somebody else, lady. I'm trying to sell video games.
Right.
I don't know.
You should have been like, so do you want to switch, ma'am?
Yeah, but you see, that's what people in the town do. Okay, they act like assholes so that you'll get mad at them, and then they'll be like, oh, see, I knew this place wasn't nice. And then they go tell everybody in town and fucking write bad shit about you in a newspaper and all that. Abbo, what's up? What is going on? Anyway, there's people looking to cause trouble, but you gotta yes them to death, and then they'll fucking go away. And that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
But this lady took 2 hours of my time. It's like, my God, I don't even want to be here right now. I just want to turn myself off and wake up when she's gone.
Right.
But you can't do that. What's that TV show with the robot? You weren't even born, right? Little
TV
Wonder
show.
or My Wonder or was it Little Wonder? The girl's a robot?
I don't even know.
His fucking family had a girl that the father built. It was a robot. Was it Little Wonder? I don't even remember. Whatever. Who cares? Anyway, you yes them to death and they go away. You know, I've had a million crazy people come in anyway. I had a guy come in and tell me he fell off his motorcycle. So I called 911 and they were like, what happened? And the guy's trying to tell me. I'm like, here, you just... And then he goes, ISIS is trying to kill my family right now. And the cop is like, we'll be right there. And then the guy had a bag of gift cards from CVS that he fucking threw in his bag. Like $1,000 in iTunes gift card. And he's like, oh, I want you to have it. And the cops finally showed up and they grabbed him. And I was like, hey, I think he stole these cards. And he's like, they're not stolen. But he came up right next to me, right? Like, I had the glass separated. And he's telling me that he got fucked in the ass in prison and everything. Like, he was crazy. And I was like, man... we had just had, like, a birthday party there. And then...
Yeah.
And my wife put the knife underneath the thing because I was supposed to bring it home and I didn't.
Oh,
so I was
God.
like... And I'm thinking, like, I got a knife right there. Like a cake knife. Like, if I have to, like, if this guy tries to, like, attack me or something, I have to try to reach that thing.
Oh man.
Small wonder. There you go. That was
Yeah.
a show of the
Okay. Yeah.
robot.
Yeah. Okay.
And listen, that 2 minutes, the cops said we'll be there in 2 minutes. That 2 minutes felt like 2 hours. Because this guy's just telling me a bunch of things, like crazy things. Like, the guy was nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh yeah, whatever, right? And then the cops showed up. I'm like, thank God. And they grabbed him. They took him outside. They sat him on the floor for like 20 minutes and were talking to him. And then he got up and they put the cuffs on him.
Mhm.
But the guy was nuts.
Stole fucking gift cards, but you can't fucking use them if the register doesn't activate them.
Yeah, I know that, but he didn't know that.
It's like, dumbass.
Anyway, yeah, so that's the stuff I had to deal with. But, put the laughing emoji because I'm trying to sell something for $10 cheaper than eBay or $20 cheaper than eBay. Whatever. So what else is going on over there? Same old stuff? You're trying to stream now a lot, right?
Yeah, when I have the time. It's probably gonna be weekend streams because weekends are really the only time I have to myself. Maybe Friday nights too. So we'll see. But I'm doing a lot of content, trying to see what works. It looks like the gaming thing is working better a little bit than the comic thing. I'll still do the comic book stuff, but do a weekly video game stream type thing.
Right.
Do that. But yeah, adding more stuff here and there. When I get my new laptop, the content's gonna get way better than it is right now. It's just I'm limited in scope of what I can do. So
Yeah, that laptop is trash. You gotta get a new one.
this laptop's old as fuck. So I'm surprised it can even run like half the games it runs. So I gotta get rid of it. And it's an AMD too. So fuck AMD.
Fred said, I can't believe the dumb questions that people are asking. It's like the movie Unbreakable. Mr. Glass will kick you out of his store asking questions like that. Well, Mr. Glass doesn't have to deal with the reality of Google reviews and
Right.
and what the hell's that other crazy review site? I totally forgot what their name was.
Yelp.
Yelp, yeah. Fuck them.
They literally those Yelp guys, man. They extort you.
Yeah, they do. So
They get all their fucking guys to write fucking reviews and shit.
they do, and I'll tell you why. Because what happened was, so we set everything up through Google and Yelp and all that stuff. Apparently, when you sign up through Yelp for free, you agree to their terms and conditions. Their terms and conditions say that they can harass you 1,000,000 times a day, and they own the listing for your shop.
Hmm.
And then they call you and they keep you on the phone and they're asking you 1,000,000 questions about your business. And it got to the point where I was just like, I gotta go back to work. Like, I mean, I'm at work and they're talking to me for almost an hour. I'm like, I gotta stop talking to you. They took information I gave them and wrote a fake review from some lady. And she's like, oh, I traded my stuff in and bought food while I was here. And I'm like, I looked her up in the system. She wasn't in the system. This lady didn't trade anything in. We put everybody in.
Right.
It was fake. They left a fake review. Because they took the information I gave them and they thought they were helping me out by doing it. It's like... So I just always ignored them. And then they had 1,000,000 people call me and harass me and... Well, we're gonna... One guy goes... Because I had one of the kids in there. He was buying a game or whatever. And I was like... They called and I was like... Can you just tell them that we're an ice cream store? So he answered and said like John's ice cream or something. The guy kept hanging up and like calling from Yelp.
Yeah.
He goes, John's ice cream. And the guy from Yelp finally tells him, hey, if this isn't the game store, I'm just going to shut your page down. And he goes, well, I don't know. This is John's ice cream. And he hung up on the kid. They didn't shut the fucking page down.
This is John's ice cream. Yeah, they probably made a page of John's ice cream too. So they can write bad reviews about that.
I don't know, man. That was funny.
Oh. Yeah. You should do that the next time one of those scam callers call you.
Yeah, I threaten them and I don't care. They're not even from this country anyway, so who gives a shit?
That was funny earlier.
Look, you're gonna waste my time. I'm gonna waste your time. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this. Nobody has time for this. The thing is, though, you got to keep on the phone for a couple of minutes so they don't call somebody older and scam them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do both comics and gaming. Eli says, Richard, your better hope Michael Douglas can't come in and beat you up because you're so sore. Yo, that's fucking funny.
Michael Douglas.
Yo.
Oh man.
Yo, that's such a fucked up scene too.
Oh man.
They're fighting over 50 fucking cents. And the guy just doesn't want to give him the damn soda for 50 cents. And he destroys his whole fucking shop.
Yeah.
Over 50 cents.
I remember what movie was that? I remember the scene, but what movie was that from?
Falling down.
That movie was outrageous, man.
Yeah,
Snow globe.
Yeah, but you know what though? That movie just shows how selfish people are, and it hasn't gotten any better.
No,
It's gotten worse.
I feel like I live in falling down every day ever since.
The guy with the shop is like the heel. He's like, look, I just need to use a payphone. I just gotta buy something to break the change. And he's thinking a soda's the cheapest thing. And what was it? He says soda's $1.25 or something. He's like, but that's not enough for the call. He's like, you pay or you get out.
Wait, you buy like a can of soda at like $1.25 and like what, 1999? That's like overpriced soda. Sodas were like 50 cents back then.
Oh man. It's not about the money, it's about the principle of the thing.
The principle of the thing.
The 90s, yo, LA in the 90s was awesome. California in the 90s was awesome.
Well, unless you lived in like Compton. But
I'm just saying, you got Beverly Hills 90210, you got this movie.
yeah.
A lot of great sights I'd like to see over there, but nah, California's bad now, so.
It's
Maybe
all-
one of these days it'll be better again.
It's kind of always been bad.
Yeah, but it's worse now.
It's definitely worse now, especially with all, after fucking, governor over there.
Yeah, I bankrupted everybody.
Yeah.
He didn't know
He
what
turned it. He turned it into like Soviet Russia down there shit. Even though he's from Austria, but still.
I don't know why you said that, but whatever. It was losing money before he got in. He got in, said he was going to fix it. He made it worse, and that was it.
Governator.
And then he made a crappy couple of Terminator movies and fucking ruined that too.
Yeah. They make movies for like fucking years after that.
He made the Johnny Knoxville movie, remember that?
No,
It took place in like that little town. You don't even remember that, do you?
If you tell me the title of the movie.
I don't remember the title of the movie. I know he's on the cover, and Johnny Knoxville's in it.
What's the damn movie called? Look it up. I never even heard of that.
I don't know. Last Stand? Is that it?
Yeah, Last Stand. Yeah, that was like the first. Yeah, okay, yeah, that was like the first movie.
Richard and
like he made. That was like the first movie he made since like Terminator 3.
Yeah, he could barely walk in that movie.
And it came out in like 2013.
I saw that movie. I don't even remember what it was about.
Yeah, I just like I blocked that out of my
You know what I
head.
remember about that movie? They did a Vince Russo swerve. This guy kidnapped, I think it was that movie. This guy kidnapped a woman in a Ferrari or something, and the car was going like 100 miles an hour for like 2 days in a row. And I was like, doesn't the car need gas? It just made no sense. And I'm thinking, well, if the car needs gas, when they stop to get gas, the girl can run out of the car. Right? But they didn't show you the guy get gas. You know why they didn't show the guy? They didn't show the guy getting gas. They didn't show you the guy getting gas. You know why they didn't do that? Because the big swerve was the girl was in on it with them. So they did get gas, but they just never cut to the camera. They made you think this guy was going 500 miles an hour for 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
That's what sucked about that movie.
I didn't even watch it. I just remember Arnold manning a chain gun and fucking shooting shit. That was it. From the fucking trailer.
Whatever. That was like Resident Evil Village, the movie.
Great comeback film, fucking Arnold.
The Last Stand. That's right. I saw that. I might have it on Blu-ray, actually.
Should have called it Custard's Last Stand.
I watched the Last Blockbuster documentary last night. It was pretty good. Wasn't that great, but it was good. And it's still there.
Yeah, it's in Oregon.
Yeah, Bend, where Bend Studios is. Speaking of Bend Studios, Days Gone hits PC tomorrow. Or in 2 hours.
Nice.
I'll be checking that out. Hopefully there'll be a trainer for that. I can run through the game. That was good. Yeah, you saw that documentary, huh?
I didn't see it. Did they talk about Blockbuster Alaska in that at all? Or did
Not
they just
really.
talk about Oregon?
Listen, there's one thing. Listen, we watched this whole Blockbuster thing, me and my wife, okay?
Hmm?
And she was like, it's kind of messed up. They showed them. I'm just thinking, listen. There's a reason why Blockbuster's out of business, and it ain't Netflix, okay? Netflix just happened to come along and stomp on them. Leading up to them going out of business, they always had shitty customer service. They always had shitty employees. Towards the end, they made you put your credit card down and rent a fucking video game.
Yeah, you were paying like $60.
You were
A
paying
whole.
$8 for 2.5 nights with a $30 hold on your credit card to rent fucking Street Fighter 4. People don't remember those days, right? The dying days when they were doing that shit. People were just like, ooh, it's Blockbuster, it's Blockbuster. Yes, it is Blockbuster. When I was a kid, Blockbuster was cool, but they had problems. And they had problems leading up to it. They had shitty customer service.
Yeah.
They always did. It never changed. Because I hired a bunch of young fucking idiots that didn't know what they were doing. And they thought they were know-it-alls when they treated everybody bad. We had... I'll never forget. Mario... They made us put our book bags behind the fucking registers, okay? Where anybody leaving the store could just pick up your book bag and walk out, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Mario had his Game Boy and all his Pokemon stuff in there. Some guy went and took it. So we went to the manager's office. He's looking at the security tape. He goes, hey, that's the girl that works here. That's her friend. And he's like, don't worry, we'll have your stuff back tomorrow. And Mario's like, I got homework. Everything was in his bag. And sure enough, the next day, we go in there. He's got the bag and everything's in there. But the employees were fucking around too, man.
Oh, yeah. You know, the downfall of Blockbuster 2, like the final days, is chronicled on YouTube by a former employee that used to work at Blockbuster many moons ago.
I saw the Netflix documentary and all that. I saw that a couple of months ago. But whatever. Look, Blockbuster's cool. But again, there's a reason why they went out. It wasn't quite Netflix taking over. It was people kind of had enough of Blockbuster. And then when Netflix showed up, they were like, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
It's competition. That's all it is. It's like the minute that there was an alternative, people were like, yeah, I'm going to go try that now. When are we going to get a video update movies documentary? What's their story? We don't even know their story. Why did they change
Hollywood
from
Video.
movies to... Yeah, we don't know anything about... I don't know shit about Hollywood Video. When I moved up here, there was one and it closed down.
I think they did Game Crazy. They did a Game Crazy one, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that was like kind of like an independent thing. I don't think it was like anything major. But I think there is one.
We don't know any of those stories.
Outdoors.
Blockbuster. Fuck Blockbuster. Okay, I'm tired of fucking Blockbuster.
KB Toys. Don't know why KB Toys went out of business. Let's be honest.
No, I really don't. But whatever.
When you go into KB Toys and you walk in,
Toys
toy
R
section,
Us. I
you see
understand.
G.I. Joes. You see G.I. Joes from like fucking 1995 in there. You're like, what the fuck is this? It's 2008.
Hey, at least KB Toys put their toys on sale. Toys R Us. They. By the way, I don't think people realize Toys R Us was selling games for like $100 back then.
Oh yeah.
When
Toys R Us
Street
was
Fighter 4
overpriced.
came out, and go back to Street Fighter 4, back in like 2009 or whatever, they were selling that game for $80 fucking dollars. The game was $60 everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But you know why why Toys R Us did that? Because you were there. It's like the whole Walmart thing. You were there buying Legos, and do you really want to go somewhere else and go buy Street Fighter, or do you just want to pay extra $20 and grab it there?
Right.
That's why they had higher prices, because you were there already. And they got away with it.
Yeah, well, the Best Buy was across the street from
But Toys R Us,
so
I mean, look, all these fucking places had their problems. And at the end of the day, those problems were the reason why people had enough. Yes, I miss renting from Blockbuster. I miss going on Friday and Saturdays. I missed that a lot. Our high school was like, I don't know, 20 feet from Blockbuster.
Hmm.
So every day after school, we go to Blockbuster and see what they had. I go in the previously viewed section. I got Donkey Kong Country there for $24.99. I couldn't afford that game at $60 or $70 or $80, however much it was. But for $25, yeah, I could scrape that up.
Yeah.
I got a lot of games from Blockbuster because of previously viewed. It was good. There's a KB Toys in Long Island. I got G.I. Joe Micro Machines from KB Toys.
I guess I got a lot of shit from KB Toys.
I
It's
got
awesome.
I got Power Rangers from KB Toys. I got everything. Ninja Turtles. I used to buy video games there.
I remember they had the Spider-Man 2099 toy with the comic book.
Right.
It goes for like $500 now, and they only sold it at KB Toys. So
Yeah, I remember going to KB Toys, and on one side was Virtual Boy, and on one side was Jaguar, and in the middle was a sign that says, "Pick your system, 1999," because they were both done.
yeah,
And of course, my mom is like, "Well, they're not making games for this stuff anymore, so you don't need it." I'm like, oh, "Okay, I guess not." And Atari Jaguar without the box goes for $300 now. With the box, you're looking at $600-700.
yeah.
But again, I'm making those prices up, right? That's just not what the market is saying that they are.
Like all that, like dude, it's like you got to buy games out the clearance bin now. It's like the clearance bin stuff always winds up being like the shit that was worth something. Like you were telling me, Earthbound was freaking $10 on clearance back in the day. You know, and stuff like that. It's like, oh, the 32X is like $20 on clearance. Like, damn.
32Xs were an odd job on clear. You know what? Also an odd job for $29.99. Sega CDX, brand new.
Damn.
And Sega CDX in the box, you're looking at $500-600 now.
Freaking
What do you mean?
radios. $50.
Don't switch. What is this thing doing? Oh, well, I guess I froze.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're good. Gotta love these
Yeah,
USB ports. You know, USB needs to go away. All right, what were you saying?
I think so too. Yeah, Carlos said he got Resident Evil 2 at KB Toys. I think I got my copy of KB Toys too.
I got
'cause
mine at
think
KB.
they were doing the rebate back then. And you used to get I had the coupon or whatever, and we went down to
I got
KB
Rule
Toys.
to Rose, $7 sealed. Let me tell you something about Rule to Rose, and what was it, Hunting Ground?
I had both those games, dude.
We had both those games at at Best Buy at the same exact time. Nobody was buying those two games. Rule to Rose, especially because it looked like a kid's game because of the cover. It didn't look like a horror game. Like, people saw that cover and were like, it's a brown cover. Nobody wants that shit. Now, and that game was marked down, and the other game was marked down too. Now, if we would have known, Chibi Robot on GameCube got marked down too back then because nobody was buying that shit either.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody knew. Who would know, right?
I had both those games, and I think my uncle traded them both in. I was like, "What the hell is this shit?" And he sold them both. Like,
Yeah, but we all did that. We
two.
all sold games that are worth. I sold all the Silent Hills for like nothing.
I used to like sell my game. Like whenever new stuff would come out, I just sell all my games and get the new thing, you know.
We all did that.
But then like once I saw stuff started going up and shit like that, and I was like, oh man,
The internet, man. YouTube
worth money now. Now I gotta buy them all back.
YouTube blew up the market because now people were watching other people play games that they never even heard of before.
Yeah.
Or people were playing games that they used to play and be like, oh, hey, I used to play Castlevania too.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go buy rebuy Castlevania 2. It was all YouTube. YouTube blew up the whole genre. The whole gaming community is all YouTube, and because of YouTube, you had the forums, and forums have been around forever. But because of YouTube, you had personalities on these forums, and more people joined the forums.
Yeah.
The internet's been really good for gaming. I mean, look at the Laser Bear shit, the 3D printed stuff for the mods and everything. That's all because of the internet. People were able to gauge where this was going with the retro stuff, and they were like, hey, you know what? There's a market for this. There's a market for that. So, the internet, as far as with retro gaming, has been good and bad. Bad because the prices are going up, but good because more people are getting into it. And more people are investing. More people are doing Kickstarters. And
Kickstarters for gaming always suck, though, so I stay away from the fucking...
yeah, but look
game.
at, I think Laser Bear started off as a Kickstarter. Now they're a full-fledged company.
Yeah.
And they're making millions. And all they do is printing out these little parts for people. It's nothing.
Well, I mean, like, video gaming stuff and, you know, things like that.
Well, yeah, because everyone's the next Super Meat Boy guy. Everyone wants to be that dude that made Super Meat Boy.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't understand, like, that was... the guy was a unique guy, and he had unique ideas. He was drawing these characters since he was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch that documentary on him, the guy always had a talent. But he put that in the game, and that was it. It was over. But that's why all these fucking indie guys, and want to make all these stupid 8-bit games, it's like, dude, I don't need 75 fucking 8-bit games, and fucking 3 of them are good. You know what I mean?
Shovel Knight was a good thing, you know, like you said, Super Meat Boy. A couple other games, you know, sprinkled here and there, but they're fucking everywhere. It's like...
they're everywhere, they're all the same. It's 8-bit, 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 8-bit.
Can we get like a 3D fighter, a wrestling game, a fucking race car game? Like, can we get other genres besides side-scrolling fucking... like, RPGs are ridiculous, too. That's another genre that gets overdone to, like, JRPG, freaking 8-bit RPGs. It's like, come on. I play Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest and all that crap on the Super Nintendo. I don't want to play this shit again.
Why aren't they just making those games for the Super Nintendo, though? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why are you putting it on Xbox Live? Why are you putting it on PlayStation? Like, why?
On occasion, you know, some of them do that. They, you know, they port it to Super Nintendo and all that, but...
Undertale is a good game. That should be on all the systems. I don't have a problem with that game. But they got games that they're like rip-offs of Kirby and all that, and they suck. It's like, why? Why are you even doing that? But and the game looks like a Game Boy game. It's like, why don't you just put the game on Game Boy?
I get it. It's easier to make a 2D game than it is to make, you know, a 3D fucking overly complicated kind of like game.
Right.
You know, but they're all the fucking same game. We're coming on 2023 now. We should be at the point
2023.
Where,
what the hell are you talking about?
You know, or 2022, whatever. You know, we're in the 21st freaking century. All right, Sherlock Holmes should be coming back in a time machine, fucking with Watson and his fucking robot arms, fighting people and shit. All right?
Did you see that movie?
We should be freaking like at the point where guys should be like, yeah, let's develop a 3D type of game and stuff like that. Night Dive is kind of doing that right now with remaking, you know, System Shock, the first game. And they've been doing good with like the ports and the remakes and stuff that they've been doing to hold us over in the meantime. So like I can appreciate them definitely as like an indie developer doing that, but they gotta do something, you know. They we can't be making 2D freaking Dragon Quest clones and Mario clones forever. Like we gotta, you guys gotta step up your game, because I mean, I can go back and play Ninja Turtles or Kirby, Mario. I could go back and play all those games, Dragon Quest, and get all my genre, you know, in. So what's different? What makes your game any different than any of those games?
The problem is everyone's jumping on the 8-bit, 16-bit bandwagon. Why don't you start making some old fucking like PlayStation 1 games or something? You know what I mean?
Right. the technology's out there. Like all those games are made in C++. You know,
You literally have people on their own time, and these aren't even like wannabe developers either. They're making what, the Bloodborne demake, right? That's an actual game.
yeah,
I think a woman is doing that on her own time. She's just like, hey, when I have extra time, I'm just gonna work on this thing.
people are going back in the SmackDown games. And they're making the SmackDown games from scratch. They're like fucking taking guys from one game, putting them in the other games. They're restoring all the content that they cut and stuff like that. Well, Here Comes the Pain and all that stuff, you know. So like they're doing that with the wrestling games now, which is pretty cool.
2D sequel. Streets of Rage is fine. We're not talking about Streets of Rage. We're talking about these indie games. And Sega owns Streets of Rage, but they licensed it out to .mu or whatever, or one of those guys.
Yeah, I think it was .mu.
So whatever, that's fine. But we're talking like these indie games are just like they're all the same.
Streets of Rage 4 was a long time coming, and if you kind of think about it in a
great
way,
fucking game.
Fighting Force was supposed to be what Streets of Rage 4 was to be.
Fighting Force was Streets of Rage, and Sega was like, "Yeah, we don't want that shit," and then they sold it to IDOS Interactive.
And then Fighting Force 2 was kind of its own little weird thing, but
dude, that's like Dino Crisis 3. It just has nothing to do with it.
yeah, but it's literally like it's the same gameplay in a 3D sense. You know, it plays just like Die Hard Arcade almost. So, I mean, it was a good game, but it wasn't Streets of Rage. So Streets of Rage 4, when we finally got that, it's a good game. It's a long time coming. You know.
I know what you mean with all the 8-bit indie stuff. Yeah, man, it's just oversaturated.
Yeah, man.
They're trying to be the next Meat Boy. Like, all these guys are trying different things to try to be the next Meat Boy. You're just not going to do it. Because they're all copying each other. There's like 10 different Kirby games out there. There's a little pink guy with a whip. There's a fucking little guy with a gumball who's black and white like the Game Boy. I mean, Jesus, how many Kirby clones are you going to make?
Yeah,
It's like, guys, stop making 25 Kirby clones, and they're all different people. Maybe you should build, hey, you know what, that guy's doing a Kirby game. Maybe I should do a different type of game. Why don't you move into 32-bit over here?
Goes Beats of like we already have the Beats of Rage series, so we're kind of covered in that aspect. But it's always the same three genres. It's a Mario clone, a Dragon Quest Final Fantasy clone, a shoot 'em up, and those are the three genres that always get recycled.
Right.
All the time. It's those three genres. There's never a racing game. Is there anything like that? No 3D stuff.
There was finally that game. I forgot. What was it, Play-Doh Box or Pay-Doh Box? It's like Punch Out. I was like, wow, somebody made a fucking Punch Out game. Great. But we only got one of those. Make another one. Or have somebody else make their own version of it.
Yeah,
instead of making 25 Kirby games, why don't you make maybe 2 Punch-Outs?
Somebody did finally make a 3D Dreamcast game but it's kind of like a clone of Space Harrier. A little bit. So that was cool. Yeah, they made like a 3D
Master System game.
Yeah, they made like a 3D Space Harrier for like Dreamcast. I think it's called like Xenocider or something like that. I think they did a racing game as well for Dreamcast.
An old school Resident Evil 2. The Outbreak on the Xbox. Shit sucks. Sorry. Why are you apologizing to me? I didn't make the game.
That game has like 89,000 like 5-star reviews, but like the game is clearly garbage. Like, what the fuck?
I bought the bundle pack and I played it for 5 seconds.
Yeah, that game is garbage. Why?
You know, that Daymare game would have been good, but they just fucked the whole game up.
Yeah.
You could tell those guys didn't know how to make a game.
I never played it, so I want to.
You're not missing anything.
I don't know if I want to.
Runs at like 10 frames a second, and it's like, why did you make this game?
Right. Looks like it looks and plays like from what I've seen of it exactly like the remakes,
Right.
but just in shittier frame rate, apparently.
Yeah, it's alright. I got it for $10 on Xbox Live, and I was like, that's all this game is worth. If even. It needs the boost. And I don't think it could get the boost, because I don't think the boost is even possible in the boost. So there you go. How do you release a game with a crappy frame rate like that? And then you're like, oh yeah, it's like Resident Evil Remake. It's like, it's nothing like fucking Resident Evil Remake. It's like Dead Space on the 360. This game is like...
Damn.
glitchy.
Where's Dead Space? Where's Lost Planet? Where's all these other freaking genres, games we haven't seen in like 1,000 years?
Lost Planet's dead. It's all about Resident Evil now. Remember Capcom had the big boner for Dead Rising?
Final fucking Fight. What happened to Final Fight? After like Final Fight Streetwise, they never made another one.
Final Fight? Why the fuck would they bring that shit back?
Not.
I got it for $7.99 and I'm still mad. It's unplayable. Man.
Damn. I'm sorry. It is that bad, huh?
Yeah, it's bad. I bought it hoping that the frame rate would be better on the Series X. It is not.
Yeah. Trash. If you are going to make a 3D game or whatever, at least make sure it's optimized properly. Like, goddamn.
I don't know, man.
They're like an indie studio, you know, so there was like no really excuse as to why they can't like fix it and make it run properly, you know. They're not on a deadline. Or they can fucking put the game out whenever they feel like it. That's kind of what they did. I mean, I didn't hear about anything about this game until like Resident 3 came out. And apparently that game's been out for a minute, but I don't know.
Glory 3. So, do we have any questions in the chat room? We've been going for a little bit over an hour here.
My goodness. It was made by 6 or 7 people in France. Well, those 6 or 7 people should use the money that they got from all the sales and hire like 6 or 7 more people and fix the damn frame rate.
Oui. France. France? We come from France? They could... So, wait a minute. 6 or 7 people made Daymare?
I mean, it's impressive for 6 or 7 people. But, I mean, now that... the games has sales. Like, pretty sure they made a lot of money off the sales of the game.
No, I don't think they did. Nobody bought that game.
They did a physical release.
They did a physical release.
It was on the PC for a minute before then.
It's on PlayStation right now. It was on sale on Amazon so many times because nobody wants it.
Yeah. But that's probably why, because, the game is shittily optimized, so...
The game
you put it out?
The game has no optimization.
Like, why would you put the game out physically and even on the PC it's shit? Like, you can't even make it run good on a PC.
That's a game that would have been good on Game Pass. You put it on there and people are like, oh, this game's good or this game sucks. At least I didn't pay for it. whatever. I waited till it was $10. I grabbed it and not impressed. So there you go.
I wish people just make games that stand on their own instead of trying to like ride coattails of other games, you know.
And these studios they're not even getting like these young guys anymore to fucking make these games for them. They're just using all these old fucking studios, these old fucks that work there, and like Neil Druckmann and I'm going to show you the Last of Us 3 today.
Yeah, they used to be like cool. Like Sony used to be cool and hip and have young people.
Hey, David Jaffe with Twisted Metal.
Yeah, Dave Jaffe, freaking Parappa the Rapper, and all. They had a concert for fucking Parappa the Rapper. I had no idea this was a thing.
Well, he's worth a lot of money now.
How much the second game was worth? Probably fucking billions.
I don't know.
Pennies.
Any questions in the chat room? So today was a free show. We're going to try to do a free show once a month. So.
Yeah. Best show ever.
I don't know. We try. I mean, I don't. Well, there's Fred saying that. Okay.
Yeah.
I miss PlayStation 1 era of games. Yes, me too. When when
lot.
Sony had the grapefruits and they made good games.
There was a lot of creativity back then, man.
When Sony had the balls. Where's Jumping Flash? Okay? That should be a VR game right now. Excuse me. Where's Twisted Metal at? You missed a whole gen.
Shit. Oh, yeah.
It's like, come on, man. You're going to miss a whole gen without PlayStation 4 doesn't have a Twisted Metal game at all. Why? Oh, 2012 didn't do well. Then make another one. Fix it. You made 3 and 4, right? I had to go through that Rob Zombie bullshit. 4 was unplayable. I don't care what anybody says. That game was fucking unplayable.
Was horrendous.
There's a fucking spaceship in the game. Fuck that game.
Fucking spaceship. Yeah, thank God they saved it with black and head on.
Yeah, head on really helped out. Yeah, Sony had a great variety of PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, even 3 to an extent. Love the PS2 myself.
PS2 was like the extension of the PS1. Like, they had just as many good IPs. You know, new stuff you hadn't heard of or seen before, you know?
PS1 and 64 were my favorite era, 100%. Love PS2 myself, GTA, SmackDown, Def Jam games.
The licenses were there too, man. Like, there were so many licensed games that were like, some of them weren't great, but some of them, like, they were like awesome. You know?
Right.
I think if people give licensed games kind of like, licensed games have like a reputation where, oh, licensed games suck and stuff like that. But there were a lot of great movie licensed games, and, you know, comic book games and stuff like that on PS1, PS2. To me, it wasn't until like towards the end those games really, you know, they kind of started to suck. You know?
What I always found funny about movie games, okay, was they were like, well, we don't want to spoil the movie for people that play the game, so we're going to make this completely ignore the movie or try not to have it anywhere near the movie. And I'm just thinking, who the fuck is going to spend $60, $70 to see the ending of a fucking $10 movie?
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with these stupid companies?
What was funny too, though, is like they would put out half the time these games would be put out before the movie, and then they would have stuff from the movie in them.
Right.
It'd be slightly different though. Like you're not playing through the entire movie, obviously. Like there's different things to do, like that are going
Literally,
between.
Power Rangers the movie for Genesis. I think you beat the first 2 levels, and it's like you beat the whole game. Like they run through the entire movie in the first 2 levels. The rest of the game is season 2, and then they flash back to the end of the movie. That game kind of just didn't give a shit. They just gave you the game. They gave you the movie. They gave you whatever.
Yeah.
It's just crazy though how like the first 2 levels, it's half the movie's done already. But like Spider-Man, like they had to make a whole fucking sequel. Like Amazing Spider-Man 1. That's like a sequel to Amazing Spider-Man the movie. And it's a good game. It's a good sequel. Like if they were to make a sequel, it's a good sequel, but it's like, wow, you really had to make a sequel to the fucking movie for the game of the movie?
Yeah.
And then none of that even fits in with the second game. Amazing Spider-Man 2 has nothing to do with the fucking movie. At all.
Mm.
It's just a Spider-Man game. And that's fine, but whatever. Love Mortal Kombat Deception for Xbox. 360 was amazing. 360 got me through a lot of shit. Spider-Man 2 on Xbox was pretty sweet. Really enjoyed that. I have it. Everyone considers that game like the Spider-Man GTA.
Which one?
Spider-Man the movie 2 on Xbox.
Yeah.
2005 King Kong game is good. The movie's good.
I never played it, but is it like a first-person shooter? The
Yes.
King Kong. Yeah. Okay.
I have it. I might not sell it. It goes for big money.
I might have to grab it because I never played it. It never piqued my interest. But
It's backwards compatible on Xbox, but it's not digital.
You know what else I heard was good too? The Avatar game.
I don't know.
Heard
you could get it. You could get all the achievements in less than 3 minutes on that thing.
Yeah. Terminator Salvation is alright. I've been playing that. That was alright.
What, on PC?
No, PS3.
Terminator Salvation? Yeah, it's like Gears. It's a good game. It's hard too.
Yeah. And it's an easy platinum. All you gotta do is beat the fucking game. You get on hard, you get all the trophies.
That's a hell of a game. I have it on PC and it glitches in Windows 7.
I would love for Night Dive to remake the Terminator games on DOS and like modern graphics and stuff like that. That'd be freaking awesome.
Fred, I kind of enjoyed Batman Begins the movie. That is okay. Super easy, super short, but it's fun. I thought I bought that for achievements too. Good movie. Movie game. It's an FPS, and there's also sections where you play as Kong by punching shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll stream that.
Yeah, I gotta play it. I gotta see if it's. I think it's on PC, isn't it?
I don't even know. Probably.
Yeah, I have to check it.
It's on PS2. I don't even think it's on PS3.
I don't think it's on PS. Let me check.
You can play it through backwards compatibility on your PS3.
Is it backwards compatible on Xbox?
Yeah, but you have to buy the disc, and the disc goes for like $60 now.
Oh, damn it!
But I made that price up. Remember that? That was all me.
All right, that game's a bargain bin game.
I put it on my 360. It's very hard to get the Windows version to work.
Oh, I see it right here. I guess I'll have to play it on PS2 emulation. Or Xbox 360.
Hang on, my mic went out again. Don't switch, you fuck. Ah. I'm back.
And I bet it was the hell?
No,
Oh,
I'm
it's
back.
disconnected.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I think it's just delayed on my screen. That's all.
The 360 version, the best PC version, is wonky.
I think it's because, you know, Windows 10 and it's an older game, so it's hard to get running on there. Because I see reviews for the PC version from back in the day. And they said, you know, good. But all those games are starting to
Download
get
the
hard to
cracked
play.
version. It probably works better than the friggin' Steam version.
Yeah. Because, you know, stuff like Fallout 3 and, you know, it's tough to run now. And Resident Evil and the games for Windows Live stuff, that's freaking, you know, you got to do a whole workaround for that. There's freaking Rogue Squadron remastered, or not remastered, but whatever 3D, whatever the hell they call it. Freaking, there's a whole thing you got to do to make that game work on Windows 10. I had to download like DG Voodoo or some app or crazy thing. I had to use that and then go and buy another app and then a plugin and download the plugin and just to get it to play in 1080
I don't
because
know.
it keeps trying to play in 600 by freaking 8.
Fallout 3, man, to get that to run on Windows, if it's not Windows 7, forget it.
Yeah, man, they got to remaster Fallout 3. I'm surprised they haven't like done that or anything like that.
Well, it's got the
'cause
boost now.
I don't want to play on consoles because of all the freezing. But
I don't know what freezing you're talking about. I played that game on Xbox years ago. It was fine.
yeah.
Obviously, it played better on Windows, but you had to do some stuff to fix it.
Yeah, you still have to do stuff to fix it now because like, when I had it on my old PC, it would run fine, but Windows 10, you know, it just doesn't work on Windows 10 at all. I don't know why. Whatever they did when they upgraded to Windows, it's just not compatible.
Did you guys ever play Turok 2008? I probably did for 5 minutes. Ask this guy.
Yeah, I played it. It's a good game, and it actually sold pretty well. It was supposed to get a sequel, but I think like halfway through development, they abandoned it. Nothing ever came of it. Supposed to come back. I think it was supposed to come out in like 2011 or something like that. And they just wound up not doing anything. It was a good game, but it stood on its own. Like it had nothing to do with the actual like character Torok. Like the character's name is Torok, but he's not Torok like as people know him. You know, it felt like, you know, Gears of War Turok style, but still a first person shooter, you know. And there were dinosaurs and stuff like that, and there was some cool knife kills and things like that were really cool with that game. But it stood on its own. It was good.
Well, any
A
final
big show.
questions? Because I am falling asleep here. So I'm going
Yeah.
to try to go back to the store later tonight. If I don't, I'll be there tomorrow morning. And I'm going to try to unhack that fucking Halo Xbox. I had the soft mod on it. So all I had to do is go into the soft mod menu and restore the dashboard, and it's back to stock. And then I can sell that. That's going for $300. When I post that tomorrow, I'm sure somebody's going to be a smartass.
Oh yeah.
But you see the last 4 listings on that thing sold. $299.
$2.99 for your
Plus
mama.
shipping on some of that stuff.
Man, I gotta start selling my games now, man. You know how much all this stuff is going up? I mean, shit.
Yeah, man, it's going up. Big time.
I still don't know what I want to do with my N64 stuff. I still have N64 games left over, so I'll go through them, see what's up. But yeah, I got a shit ton of
So
N64
you see what's going
games
on?
still.
People are buying Japanese N64s just to sell them here. because they're cheaper.
Really?
So they're modifying them and they're fucking selling them. I'm like, holy shit! I wouldn't even have thought of that.
They
'Cause
are way cheap. If you go to Japan, man, like games and shit are so
but
fucking
people are
cheap.
ordering them off eBay for like nothing, because over here nobody's partnering with them.
Yeah.
Man, I remember we had like 25 N64s. It took us a couple of years to sell them all. Since the pandemic, people are like, go to N64? I was like, no, we don't.
Well, when I go back to Japan after I get out the army, which is what I'm definitely going to do now after certain, things have gone through, um, I am whatever you want over there. I'll ship it to you. If you need like 20 Sega Saturns, I'll fucking send them in.
Yeah, in like 3 years. Cam, how you doing, buddy? How's everything?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, the Japanese versions are way cheaper, but if you go on eBay and try and buy them, sometimes you get American sellers trying to get close to
I
the.
used to buy, there was a guy on eBay, I would get about 8 Japanese like N64 games for $11.
Yeah,
And he was down in Brooklyn, so I got him like the next day. I got Ocarina of Time, I got Majora's Mask, and I marked that shit up to fucking like $20 a piece. And people were buying them.
yeah.
It was a novelty thing. And then
I got a couple
you can even take
64 games.
you could take off the backs of like sports games and switch it with the back of the Japanese one, so you could just put it in the N64. Or you could cut or burn the tabs that are in there.
Yeah. That's all you had to do there. You could play any region as long as you take out the tabs or whatever. Or you modify the cartridge.
In Japan, it's way cheaper. Kama, I'm much better after my surgery. I'm drinking beer and chilling, but not too much. Gotta take care of one day at a time. Hell yeah, man. Just take it easy, relax. Don't relax too much, though.
Yeah.
It took 2 weeks to recover. Well, that's good. We're glad you're doing better, man. And hopefully you'll get that collector's edition that you want, and you'll check that out.
Yeah, definitely, man.
By the way, we are having a at the shop. Trainwreck, what's up? At the shop next month, we're gonna have. I invited the guys to come back to hang out. We're gonna be social distance. We're gonna wear masks. We're gonna wear gloves. We're gonna be spaced out outside. And I invited Anthony and John to do a meet and greet. So if you're in the area, you can come and they're going to set up outside the shop.
Yeah.
And we're going to set up a table for them. And they're going to have their little merchandise and all that bullshit. And I have a TV up for them so they can have Village up there, or they can have whatever Resident Evil they want. And we're going to have a TV outside for us to just hang out and play games on outside of the shop, because it's better to be outside than inside with this whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to see who shows up, who doesn't, but we'll try to live stream it outside. So that'll be something different for you guys that can't make it. But yeah, because I can't. What?
I still don't know if I'm gonna come yet, because there's supposed to be like a big convention in like July.
Right.
Like everybody's freaking going to that. 'Cause it's like the first big convention.
Well, this is June,
all this happened. I can take leave both times. It's just
you don't want to.
That's leave days I'm gonna be out of. To build all that back up. Like I can make 17 days back by December, no problem. Because obviously I'm gonna come back for Christmas and stuff like that. But to take leave 3 times in the year, it's kind of a lot.
It's not a good time.
We get a lot of days, but it's still like you run through those days fast.
Oh, whatever.
Take 2 weeks.
You just watch it. You be the mod while we're streaming. That's all.
Yeah. I'll be at the next one, or if you do a band night or whatever again sometime this year or whatever,
That ain't happening. No, Man Night's not happening. We're only doing this because it's the 5 year, and I kind of didn't want to do it because here's the thing: we missed the 4 year. Okay, fine, but the 5 year was a little bit different because it's 5 years. And I'm like, what do we fucking do? Blah blah. And I was just like, let me just ask these guys, like, would you like to hang outside? Because we could just sit outside and hang out for 3 days or whatever. And they were all down with it. Most of them were, and that was it. Nobody said no. Some people decide what they're going to do with their scheduling, but they were all cool with it. And I was like, all right, good, because we can set up the tables, social distance. I'm always going to wear the mask. I'm going to have gloves on, but we're going to be outside, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, if everyone goes inside, that's a problem. So we're just not going to do that. So that's that. But whatever. So yes, if they're able to do it, Anthony's gonna talk to John tonight and see what he says. But one way or another, Anthony will probably be there. So he's done the meet and greet, I think, at the 3 year anniversary of the shop.
Yeah, I think it was.
He did some sort of a Resident Evil meet and greet.
A lot of people came too to that.
Yeah, they did.
So that was dope.
So now he's got merch. So imagine
even more people will come now. Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever. So that's that. So any other questions before we wrap up? I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
By the way, rest in peace, New Jack, man.
Oh yeah, we should have opened with that, man. Holy shit. R.I.P. the
Rest in
original
peace, New
gangster.
Jack. Mr. ECW himself.
If you want to think, like, he's really the reason, man, ECW got as big as it did. I mean, people were coming to ECW to see him and Dreamer and all those guys, but like New Jack, like you went to a show to see New Jack jump off some shit, and beat the crap out of people.
Well, he was definitely like the main guy towards the end of the show because not the end of the show, but like the end of the company. Because there was nobody left. Sandman had left at one point. Raven left. All these fucking guys left.
Yeah.
New Jack was there because nobody wanted New Jack. So.
It sucks because a lot of people don't give him credit, for his wrestling ability. But if you look at some of his old stuff and Smoky Mountain and stuff, he wasn't a bad worker. Like,
he didn't fucking wrestle in ECW.
Yeah. He could
it's
actually
like the Hogan thing. Hogan can wrestle
in
in Japan, but he don't wrestle over here because he doesn't have to.
Right.
It's the same shit. But I saw an interview with him, Vlad TV, from I think it was 10 months ago or something.
Yeah.
And the first thing they opened with, how'd your dad die? He goes, heart attack. And I was like, oh shit. And he said in the interview that he was on heart medication, so, and he said it was from the cocaine. He goes, yeah, I can't do cocaine anymore because it fucked up my heart. And less than a year later, he's gone.
Yeah. He lived a pretty long life too for the guy that did stuff he did and survived that.
I think 58's pretty young.
It's still pretty young, but he's older than the
He's
average.
one of those last guys. Remember those dudes always drop dead from the 80s and 90s from cocaine and drugs and all that shit. He's got to be the last one, because the last one was Piper.
Yeah.
Hogan outlived them all. Flair outlived them all. But yeah,
and mass transit.
I mean, remember Piper said this. He goes, "I'm not going to live to see 60." And the guy dropped dead right before he was 60. Same thing with this guy, 58.
That's why I don't really put money in retirement, because all my family died from in like their freaking 50s and shit. So I don't think I'm gonna live any longer than they are. To be honest, I live to be as old as my grandfather or something like that. That'd be a miracle.
WWE needs to make an ECW game with New Jack and Master. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Especially now with the fucking buyout going on.
Mass Transit's dead. I don't think you guys realize that. He died during gastric bypass surgery.
Mm-hmm.
In 2002. He's been dead for almost 20 years. Next year will be 20 years the guy died.
And that guy's family wouldn't let that slide by WWE. You kidding me?
Fuck no. His dad's probably dead. His dad was like 60 years old when they fucking made him join.
Yeah.
Look, that's just a fucked up situation. They're not gonna make a game with that shit.
You know what's funny crazy. Though?
You can make them in the game though, the old games if you want.
One of New Jack's his like very last tweet before he passed away, unfortunately, was like, "Yeah, I'm not apologizing for mass transit."
Yeah, but he always said that. That was his whole little gimmick.
Yeah, I know. It would be nice if there was a WWE game with like ECW guys, in it.
That's what they should have done years ago. They should have had a WCW game, an ECW game, and that's it. And apparently it's not even up to the company. It's up to 2K.
Hmm.
Like 2K got Goldberg to come back, and then because of that, WWE was like, "Hey, Goldberg, you want to wrestle some more matches? Because our guys suck right now."
Right. I would love a fucking ECW game, WCW game.
Yeah, WCW game would have been really good.
If you look,
remember what was the one SmackDown game where they had all the European guys get together and they called them the United Kingdom, and I'm like,
12.
And I'm like, dude, are you fucking for real? You got all these European dudes together and you call them the United Kingdom? Whoop-de-fucking-do. What a great name.
Wow. If you look at it, like, 2K14 was kind of the WCW game, because, a lot of the DLC characters, and, you had Hollywood Hogan and Nash and Hall and all those guys in 2K14.
Steiner was in it.
Steiner was in it.
The Giant. They actually called him the Giant.
And WWE 13 was like the HD remake of WWF Attitude, minus a few people, but
yeah,
could make all those guys in that game. Anybody who's missing, you can make them all in that game. So it fleshes out almost.
WWE needs to make an ECW game. Oh, we already read that. Okay.
I would love an ECW game.
Yeah, it's wishful thinking, Fred. They're not going to do it.
I really wish they would, man. That sucks. Whatever. You just gonna have to settle for creative superstars with pretend, that there's barbed wire ropes or whatever.
Any other questions? You can play the ECW game and play as New Jack, and then create mass transit. And there is a lot in that game. Was it Anarchy Rules? I used to make fun of called Archery Rules. Anarchy Rules. There's like a flaming like
an inferno match, basically.
Yeah, an inferno match. The floor is on fire, and you throw the guy over the ropes onto the floor, and you just hear the guy screaming. Yeah, he explodes and you hear screaming. Anarchy Rule, ECW Anarchy Rules. That was the most dumb fucking game in the world. The other one was better, Hardcore Revolution.
Dude, they had like a fucking UFC match in that, like an octagon with the cage in that game. They had freaking. I thought it was cool that they had like the outside brawls or whatever, like you could do the backstage kind of brawls a little bit, like in the dumpster, all that.
They had copyrighted music in it. They might even pay for it.
Yeah, they had fucking. The UFC match was so stupid. It's like a wooden fucking octagon. The Anarchy Rules logo on it. When did ECW have this match?
I don't know.
It was a goofy game, but whatever.
Stairway to
Anarchy
Heaven
Rules.
match? Or Stairway to Hell?
Stairway to Heaven.
I get confused. Is it Heaven or Hell? I don't even remember.
Stairway to Heaven. Stairway to Heaven is the Pink Floyd song. And freaking, Stairway to Hell is I guess the ECW song.
It's not an ECW song, it's a match.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm still thinking about the last. Should have made ECW versus Street Fighter.
They should have made ECW a Street Fighter game. It'd have been sick.
Imagine that.
Where is Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter? Why is this taking so long? It's 30 years later. They did Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Tekken Cross Street Fighter, which was never released. They did SNK versus Capcom. SNK versus Street Fighter. Where is Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter? They did Mortal Kombat versus DC. Twice.
I hear they're working on
Mortal.
I heard they're working on Mortal Kombat versus fucking Marvel or something like that. DC versus Marvel, freaking WB's supposed to be working on it. That's why I heard. This is how the rumor goes.
I don't know.
Take my word for it.
Well, where's Street Fighter at? If they went PG for Mortal Kombat 8, they could go PG for Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
My headphones died.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna go.
For the back.
This was the free show. Usually on, you can catch this show on Patreon. It's for our sponsors. It's a free little gift for our sponsors. But we want to do the show for free once a month because we want people to see what we got going on. So, if you like the show, you want to see it every Sunday. I know tonight's on Sunday, but we missed last night. Usually we go Sunday. You want to see it every Sunday? Become a sponsor on Patreon. If not, you can catch us once a month for free on this. And that's what we're gonna do now. Wait, I just got something here. What's this? Oh, actual good customers. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I haven't seen these gems in a while. Expensive but good games. There you go. Perfect.
Nice.
Who said that?
Appreciate it, Fred. Fred says keep up the great work, guys.
Fred, keep up the great work that you're doing, man. Fred does a lot of stuff for us.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even have to pay him or anything. I just say, hey, Fred, we need help with this, this, and this. And Fred's like, I got it. And Fred, I tell Fred, hey, no rush. Don't worry about it whenever. It's not a big deal. 10 minutes later, he's got it done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you guys really need to thank Fred. He's a big part of this channel. He's been a huge part of this channel since day one.
Yeah, he's been here a long time. He was here before I was.
Yeah, he was here way before you. It was like the first one. But yeah. Yeah, Fred doesn't get enough credit. Fred deserves a lot of credit. And, he's got like 100 million subscribers, but definitely go over to his channel and subscribe.
Definitely.
And you'll like his content. He works his ass off, man. He really does. Not only to be a cartoonist, but to be a 3D animator.
Yeah. I tried my hand at that, and I'll tell you, man, it's not easy.
Yo. That's a lot of work. And that's a lot of time. That's a lot of patience. That's a lot of dedication. This guy, he's got people doing voices for him. I do some voices for him, but he gets a whole cast of people to do voices for him, and he has to work around all that. And he's got to be creative and think of, what am I going to do with this character? And this guy said something and I have the lines for this. Maybe I have to use that. He's got to place things perfectly, and he does that, and he does it for free.
Oh yeah.
So definitely sub to Fred, check his stuff out, and support him over there. Love you guys, AOX for life. Hell yeah. We'll get merch one of these days. But yeah, check Fred out.
Definitely, yeah.
Richard's getting a PlayStation 5 tomorrow, so he'll be playing that. Maybe on the show he'll give us a little opinion piece of what he thinks, how he likes it. And he'll be doing reviews as well in the coming future, so subscribe to Richard's channel. What?
I'll say I missed Richard's reviews from back in the day and everything like that.
Oh, they're coming back.
So.
They're coming back, man. Don't worry. Subscribe to Frank's channel. I don't know if he's posted anything lately, but whatever. Just help him out. Subscribe to Jeff's channel. A lot of people don't watch his streams, and I don't understand. If I'm not streaming, if nobody's streaming, usually he's streaming, so check his channel out. Jeff has put a lot of money in his channel. He's bought the camera, he got the equipment, the Elgato, he got the Xbox, he's getting all these consoles going, and he's trying to stream every other console like every other night.
Yeah. Oh, and shout out to, we didn't talk about this like the last time or anything, but like shout out to Jeff's band, the speakers, man. They freaking...
Yeah, you saw that, right?
They rock that shit, yeah.
Yeah, they're really good. But yeah, subscribe to Jeff's channel. Because the guy, he put a lot of money into it, and it's kind of weird though. Like when I'm not streaming, I watch him stream. And then I'm the only guy in the room. And I'm like, why? Why am I the only guy in the room here?
Yeah, Jeff was getting really angry. No, I was watching today too. He was getting mad.
At what?
What was he playing? I forgot what he was playing earlier. I was like in the background going between you and him. And I hear him screaming. It's like, yo, what the fuck, man? But Jeff, yeah, man, Jeff puts a lot of work into his channel. He's funny as hell too when he's playing and stuff. He's getting angry at the games and stuff. So.
Well, I would say check him out. Check his channel out. Because I watch. So when I'm not streaming and if I'm awake, I'm watching his channel. I was eating dinner the other night. I was watching his channel. Subscribe to Eli's channel. Subscribe to all of our channels. Because if I'm not live, he's live, or Jeff is live, or somebody else is live. Subscribe to Anthony's channel if you want that Resident Evil goodness. And by the way, he apparently, you guys know, he feels a way about Resident Evil Village. He feels the same way I do. Mm-hmm. And apparently he's getting attacked for that. But he's sticking by his guns, so... Yeah, here's the thing with this. You know what I mean? Why attack the guy? He's got his own opinion. His opinion isn't going to change if you enjoyed the game or not. So I don't understand where this is coming from.
Yeah, I don't either, man. Like, it isn't.
They're going to keep making Resident Evil games, whether Anthony likes them or fucking not.
Anthony's going to keep playing them because he's a fan of, the franchise and everything,
Right, and I think what Anthony is saying as well, it's a good game, but it's not a good Resident Evil game. It should have been called something else. He's not the only one to say that. I've said that. I actually had a customer who wrote on his fucking wall the same exact thing.
Everybody's saying the same thing about it. Like, trust me, I'm subscribed to all these other channels. Even people that aren't gamers and that, they play Resident Evil and stuff, they're like, yo, what the hell is this? All saying the same thing.
Right, and if you don't agree with that, that's fine. But why is Anthony the gatekeeper? if you enjoyed the game, why you gotta listen to Anthony and get mad at him? It's his opinion. Who cares?
Yeah.
He has a channel. He's gonna tell the people what he thinks. He's not trying to stand out and be different. In fact, a lot of people are saying the same shit, like I just said. So, sub to all of our channels and check us out. And if you guys in the chat, like Abo and Carlos Cruz and Kama and Trainwreck, Trainwreck's got a Twitch account, Vengeful Brick on Twitch. Check him out there.
Yeah.
But if he ever gets on YouTube, well, you know, there you go. So, I want to thank our sponsors for the show. Want to thank Damien Poe, Hypnotoad, Abo, Hockey Fan, Captain Catch, and Trainwreck. Thank you for being sponsors of the Game Complainers podcast. Complainers Club is for you, but not tonight. It's for everybody. So, but thank you. Appreciate it. Keeps the channel going, and it lets me pick up little things that we can review or use for the channel. It's awesome. So, next week, this show will be only for the sponsors. And you won't see us for free for another month. So, if you like it, you can go over there and become a sponsor for, what is it, $1, $2, whatever it is. Any tier sponsorship gets you the link to the show. This show was just a thank you to the sponsors. But we want to do a free sample once a month to try to get people to want to listen to the other shows. So, there you go. Anyway, you've all been great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Want to thank Richard, Fred, Kama, Carlos Cruz, Trainwreck, Frank, Abo, all the guys in the room tonight. Thank you all for being here. You guys can watch on the download. And that's it. So, have a good one.
Night, everybody. Be safe.
All right, stay safe out there. All right, catch you later. Bye.